What's up, my friends? Welcome back to another video, and today we are taking a look at Spitfire's newest Originals series library called Laboriel Jr. Drums, and I apologize for butchering that name, but essentially this is the newest addition to their original series, which is like a series of $29 or €29 libraries, perfect as like gateway libraries into their larger collections. And so this one is pretty special because I personally have maybe like 2 or 3 drum libraries, but I always wanted one that was just self-contained, super small. This one's like 2.5 gigabytes. And it just sounds great out of the box, according to the walkthroughs, which was wonderful, by the way. This should be a lot of fun. So we'll just go through it a little bit, super straightforward, and I'll show you a couple of examples from another library, and we'll drag in some of the MIDI and hear how that fares. Before we do that, though, in case you don't have my sample library buyer's guide yet, I definitely want to give that to you absolutely free. If you don't have it, it basically contains all of my personal recommendations for sample libraries, and I've basically categorized them in terms of the orchestral sections like strings, woodwinds, brass, and percussion, but there's other libraries in there too, like ones for jazz, ones for like piano libraries, ethnic libraries, and all that good stuff. I've also added in the prices so you can really see how much you'd be paying if you were to invest in those libraries. These are just all my personal recommendations. And I want to give that to you in one single PDF. And again, it's free, so click the link below and it'll take you straight there. And it's my thank you to you for checking out this video today. All right, without further ado, let's kind of play a little bit. I am not a drummer or a finger drummer by any means, so I apologize in advance. I'll just play a very simple beat, but you can get a sense of the sound of it, and then we'll play through the different samples as well. But here we go. This is the drums. Here we go. All right, so generally you have, the 2 kick drum samples here at the bottom. You have the B and the C, which are maps to kick drum. You have the snare drums, which are on the D and the E. The C sharp and the D sharp basically is the rim hit. And then you get, I think it's called the flam, right, on the snare drum. Then the F, you get the toms all the way up to the C. So C all the way down to F, you have 5 toms there. Then you have hi-hats, close and open, and then you have open hi-hat there. You have the high tom there, then some crashes there as well, and then you get that little hit where on the cymbal hit. Then you get the choked or the stopped cymbal hits there. So pretty standard articulation set, right? And then you get that exact same thing but up an octave. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same sample set. I think it's just like if you want to play with a little bit more range in your hands, then you can certainly do that. In terms of the controls they give us here, it's pretty standard. This, I forgot whether this is volume or expression. Okay, this is dynamics here. So this essentially is like dynamic range. If you keep it down at 0, then you can play very softly and then very loudly, and that dynamic range will be there. But if you push it all the way up to 100, then there's no dynamic range. It's all loud, basically. So keep that in mind. And then in terms of the microphone positions, we've only been playing the close mic so far, but let's actually give a listen to what the room sounds like, and then we'll go see what the hype sounds like as well. This is the room. Cool, and then let's check out the hype as well. Hype, I'm assuming, is like more high end, like an EQ. Let's see. Cool, and then what if we try to blend the close and the hype together? Let's see, we'll put the close all the way up and the hype at around 50%. So that can definitely cut through a mix a lot better. All right, let's play through a few MIDI files here. So the MIDI files I've pulled from here, these are all from LA sessions from Orchestral Tools. And so let me just drag them back so they reach the playhead, and then we'll get a sense of how these drums actually sound. So here's the first one, and maybe I'll fiddle with the mic positions as well. Here's the first MIDI file. That's the first one. Here's the second one. Nice. And one more. Let's do a combination of all three. Cool. And you can see here you get a very basic mixer, right? So if you want to bring up the kick or bring it down, or the snare or the hi-hat or the snare type, you can certainly do that too. But all in all, it's a very simple library to go with. And I think if we go down here, yeah, they have different loops as well. And so those are always fun to play with. Let's try maybe classic backbeats. Let's see what that's like. See if I can play something here. Awesome. Let's try Swing It. I'm always a fan of swing. Let's go. Cool. Yeah. So like for a dedicated drum library, I think it's appropriate to have both multi-sample drum kits and the loops as well that you can play around with. I am not sure whether you can drag out the MIDI or not. If you can, that's an awesome feature. If not, you just have to sync it up to your your DAW host tempo, which allows you to make it more flexible, of course. But MIDI drag out feature is always something that's cool, especially for drum libraries, I think. So if you're wondering where I got these from, again, they're from the LA Sessions library from Orchestral Tools. I use those drums quite regularly, along with the Cineperk Pro drum kit layered on top. And so this is just another really nice flavor to have. And again, the size is quite small. It's like 2.5 gigabytes. So for a dedicated drum library, it can definitely fit very easily on your hard drive, assuming you have the space for it. Hopefully that kind of gives you an overview of these drums. I think the most important thing is probably the sound. And Spitfire did a great job with the recordings, and you can just hear the clarity and the detail in those samples. And again, if you want to add more high end to it, you could put in the hype mic, right? Or it's more like an EQ, I guess. And then the close and the room, it's just two basic microphone positions, but you can get a really close, intimate sound as we demonstrated earlier, or the room position, which really does sound like it's recorded in a room. So really, really cool. Yeah, that's basically it. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And again, if you don't have the Sample Library Buyer's Guide yet, make sure to check that out. Again, it's free. Just click the link below. It'll take you straight there. And again, it's all my personal recommendations condensed into one digestible PDF. So it's my gift to you and my thank you for watching this video today. Really appreciate it. I'll catch you in the next one, and take care. Bye-bye.